Hey guys, how you doing today? It's me, Kelly. So I'm doing a second part on the Odd Girl, and I'm going to talk about a few things I did and show you a background I did with gelatos or any water-soluble crayon that you have. And I'm going to answer a couple questions. So let's see, EPH6559 asked, is it a quilt to use or to look at? And it's going to be a quilt, like a wall hanging. I could always make it into a quilt that you could use, but that's not what these are going to be right now. They're just going to be like, you know, like little, like, pictures you put on the wall, but art quilts, you know? But that would be cute to make them, like, for kids or for whatever with, like, cute, you know, dolls and everything on it. I'm going to have to do that. And then she asked, will there be backing on it? And yes, I'm going to be putting it on a backing, and I'm going to talk about that in a minute. And then, how much sewing? Well, you don't really have to do any sewing. The Mod Podge fabric tissue stuff is fantastic. You could even use a glue gun if you had it. And I'll talk about that in another second to show you kind of where I'm going. I'm going to embroider it. I'm sorry, I got a thing in my mouth. I'm going to embroider it and add some, you know, like some stitches and that kind of thing. Maybe use my sewing machine, but you don't need to. If it's something that maybe you guys don't have a sewing machine and you want to do it by hand, I'll show you guys. It's easy, and I have fusible web that also takes place of sewing, so it's very, very easy. This gum will not stop. Can you make a video on how to and tips for getting free cheap art supplies? And that is from Heather Woodward, and I will, and I'll show some tips in here, and I definitely will make a video on those. That's one of my favorite things. I make these videos a lot on what to use around the house, things to recycle, so you don't have to go out and spend a lot of money on things. Kay Bain wants to see a video on all the different hairstyles, and I will definitely do that because I have so many different ways to do it, and I'm so excited. I just love doing this. As you can see, I am a complete mess everywhere. And let's see, Cheryl Johnson asked if I would consider doing an Odd Girl kit. And honestly, I'd love to know what you guys think about that. I have thought about it, actually, putting together all the pieces and then selling them as a kit. So when you get it, you can either, you know, I would have like the backing on it where you could use your iron to put it on, or you could sew it and all that kind of stuff. So let me know if you guys would be interested in a kit. I might do a couple and put them up and see how they do. And if you guys like it, there's so many different ways to do it. And there were more questions and stuff, but I just wanted to answer a couple right there. Let me show you. All right, let's start here and then I'll do those. This is just a piece of muslin. As you can see, let me see if you can see a lot of it. Yeah. And I made this background with gelatos. Now, it doesn't have to be a gelato. You know, you can go on to Amazon and get the water-soluble crayon sticks. You know what I mean? That they sell. Faber-Castell sells them. But there are a million different kinds. You can use your water-soluble oil pastels. You can use water-soluble markers, all kinds of stuff. If you would like a demo on how I did this, and that's all this is. And it came out gorgeous. I don't know how well the camera is picking up how gorgeous this came out, but I'm going to say, yeah, oh God, it came out gorgeous. And the reason I did it was because I'm going to put her on here, and I wanted to have the, you know, like the colors kind of muted in the back. I'm going to mix media this out. But I wanted that one base to be, you know, that to be, I don't know, kind of pastel-y and a lot of color, and it was so much fun. So you don't always just have to use paints. You can use your acrylic paint to do this. You can use your watercolor paint. You can go buy Crayola watercolor. You can use your magic markers. You can use whatever you want. And it came out gorgeous, and it's going to look so nice. So I kind of did it with the thought of pulling, you know, like the purple and all from to the background. I'm going to use thread, and I'm going to, you know, sew this down, and I have not done this yet. I'm going to do the beading and all, and then I'm going to do some things in the background. And I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm so excited. I'm living lately for this stuff. So yeah, so it's very pretty. Let me turn it this way. And you see, and we can always do a background. Like I said, I can do this on a video for you guys, and we can use it for our other doll. Now, here's two dolls I've been working on, and they're two different. I got an email asking if I would do without the fabric as the eyes and that kind of thing, which is what she is. She's going to be my little punk rock girl, as you can see. And she's painted on. Her eyes are painted, and her eyelids and everything. The only thing that is glued on, which you do not have to do, is I love this, it's almost studded, you know. It comes on a roll. You can make wreaths and stuff from it. I put a little bit of glitter here, but I'm going to put some glitter glue there, and I'll show that. But I love her. Now I just got to put the highlights in her hair to make her hair, you know, a little bit more depth. And that's that. And then this is the little one we're working on. And I did the, you know, the hair in the last video. I will link the last video showing how I did this. And you can go check that out if you haven't seen it. And all I did was I took some fabric, the fabric that I wanted to use, and I cut it in a triangle, you know, like in this kind of dress shape, and I glued it on. I glued it on using my Mod Podge. Now listen, I know I got a lot of messages about what else you could use besides Mod Podge. Now this is Mod Podge for fabric and tissue. Of course, you can use, if you use your hot glue gun, the only problem is going to be a little lumpy. Like, you really need to make sure it's smooth when you put this down. But you can use your white school glue. You can use Collage Podge. You can use Mod Podge. You can use, I got asked if you could use glossy Mod Podge. Of course you can. And matter of fact, I'm probably going to, I'm thinking about sealing with some gloss. I don't know yet. I won't know until I get down, but I might seal it. I'm not sure. I like using the glossy Mod Podge for that. Some people say that the glossy Mod Podge gets like sticky or whatever when they use it in their art journals. It doesn't do that to me, but you know, I don't know where you live. Environment changes a lot of things. And all you have to really do is take a piece of wax paper or parchment paper and put it between, which I do anyway. So here's where we are. And all I did was I took a purple marker, drew it on the outside, drew little lines in there. And what I want to do now, let me see. And that's really, I wanted to do that so it wasn't, you know, so it wasn't having to dry and that kind of thing. I'm going to take, let me see. I have a horrible obsession with glitter. So, I think I'm going to take a little, and this was like a orangey kind of color, right? Let's see. Alright, we'll do a little orange. Okay. So, let me show you. All I'm going to do on this, no, I'm going to cut all this extra away. I don't necessarily want that here, but I'm not worrying about it right now, just because I'm not getting to that part. So I have my brush. I'm going to dry it off. And for the eyes, I'm going to take a little bit of the orange. And this is just Stickles, but I don't even know if they still sell this. I shouldn't say that, they probably do, but I have a lot of it because like I said, I love glitter. You could take any kind of white glue that dries clear and put whatever color glitter you have in it. Mix it up and then do this. You don't have to have Stickles. And there's a million glitter glues out there that are inexpensive. In AC Moore here, you walk in and I think they're like $1. You can get all kinds of colors. But it's nice, you know, if you go get like a package, use a coupon and get a package of glue. You know, like get your white school glue, your Mod Podge, whatever you use, and then go buy a variety of glitter, a glitter package, right? Where you get like all the different colors. then you got it made in the shade. You can go crazy and use it for all different kind of things. You're not just going to use it to make something like this. And these are all details that you decide to do. Maybe you don't want the glitter, you know. I also have, maybe I'll show you in the next video, how I add like eyelashes, what I do. Just because, remember, she's an odd girl, so she's not going to have, you know, traditional looking things. So doing the eyelashes, oh, I'm so excited. I'll show you. Okay, so now for the eyes. Now I love doing a little bit of the green with the purple, but on this one I think I'm just going to do just some glitter. I'm going to do the purple. Come out, baby. And I'm just going to go around the outside. I don't know how well you can see that. See? Now, I'm sitting here debating as I'm looking at it. I think I just might want this in here a little bit. I'm going to pull it in. Just very lightly. I'm not pushing too hard, but I'm just going to pull it in. Yeah. I don't think you could ever have too much glitter. But again, you don't have to do this if you don't want. And if it dries and I'm like, oh, I don't really dig it or something like that, you know, you can go over it with more paint. But you want to, I mean, she's like a little odd girl, so why not? And to clean it up, I just usually rinse my brush off and then just kind of, you know, you could push it because it's just glitter. And just push it up more if you have it down too far, right? Not going to hurt anything. That's how I do it with paint, even if you're using just regular paint. I can always go over at the end to, once it's dry, to put more lines in it if I want. And you see, the more I kind of go over that eye, it lifts a little bit of it up and leaves a little bit. Love, love, love. And I painted her little lips in there red with the marker. I think I did that in the other video. But, let me do it, because I'll end up walking around with this on me all the time. But you see, I don't know if you can see in there or not, but it dries clear and you just have a little bit of that glitter. When it's wet, it's a little more, you know, glittery. So I'll do like that. Now, I want to make her legs that hang over, and I want to do it with the other one too, so I'll do a video on that one. And I'm going to set her aside and show you. On her, all I did was I drew the circles, okay? And I just took half of the eye and covered it, colored it with pink paint, and did a darker pink around it. And in the eyes, let me see if you can see. Maybe not. I did some lines to add a little bit of, you know, like almost texture in her eyes. And her mouth the same. Glued this on. Like I said, I'm going to do something. And then I want to do shadow, like a highlights in here. And I'm going to use this little pink. And I'm going to do it real quick just to kind of show you. This is just a piece of cardboard that I beat the crap out of all the time when I'm painting on this. Okay. Now, remember, you can use some of the textile medium from Folk Art. Give it a good shake. Just a few drops. Okay. Mix it around. Turn your brush both ways. So it mixes. It gives you a nice... And I like the bangs. I'm into bangs lately, so I'll just say she has a part right about here. And I'll just show you what I do. Again, I'm not worrying too much. And I go over it again with the other color too. So this is just adding some of it in. You can wet it a little bit to make it flow a little bit better. And I'm not pushing hard. I'm just taking the tip of, just the tip. That's what she said. Through. A little water helps it flow. The medium makes it a little bit, it makes it, you know, when it dries, it's a fabric paint, so. But I use both. If you don't have that, just do it anyway. And you can see, you just keep going and dabbing it back in. Dabbing for Angie. This is the best I can dab for you, sister. Not legal here. Okay. Alright, you see how I did it? Just lines, there's no rhyme or reason to it. And then I'll show you real quick how I go. Take whatever your darker color was. I'm going to use a little bit of the pink, I think. What color did I use for that, I wonder? What color did I use for her hair? Her pants everywhere. I'll just show you. So I'm just going in like that. And adding the same thing. I just like all the colors. And it blends that pink down a little bit. And then once this dries, I'll go back with the original color. Oh, it's going to look so awesome. And then you'll see what it looks like. But I like to let it dry before I go and do that. Let me just add it in and pull it through. It just mutes that light down, but it brings out the color. It's hard to explain. Once I go back with the dark color, you'll see. And I'll wait till my next video to do that so you can see. Whoops. Alright guys, that's all I'm going to do today. I don't want my camera to shut off. But as always, please be kind to each other. You never know what battle somebody else is fighting. Let me know down below any questions that you have about anything. I got a lot of requests to do videos on different things. And let me know if you'd be interested in buying a small kit to make your own. And that's about it. I love you guys so very much. Please share me around like I'm your loose friend. Give me a thumbs up if you like this. Please subscribe to me. There's a bell down below next to the subscribe button. If you click that, it will notify you of videos when I put them up. And that's about it. I love you guys. Bye.